Welcome. Let me ask you a question no one probably asked you before. What are you doing to protect your brain? You protect your phone with a screen guard. You protect your house with a lock. You protect your money in a bank. But what about the one thing that controls your entire life? Your brain. You see, most people never think about training their brain. They think memory loss is something that just happens. They say things like, "I forget everything these days. I can't focus anymore. I walk into a room and forget why I came. My brain feels tired all the time." And they laugh it off like it's normal. But it's not funny. It's not harmless. It's not just age. And it's not just stress. What you're experiencing is mental decay, not visible from the outside. But inside, your memory is fading, your focus is weakening, your mental sharpness is slowly dying. And you know what's causing it? No training, no awareness, no defense. You use your brain every day to make decisions, to solve problems, to remember important things, to speak, to work, to plan your future. But how many minutes a day do you actually spend taking care of it? Be honest. Most people spend 0. You take care of your body by walking, stretching, exercising. You take care of your skin by washing it, applying cream, using sunscreen. But your brain? The most powerful, most important, most valuable tool you own? You just expect it to function, even though you never train it. Let me tell you something that most people don't know. Memory is not a gift. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, if you don't train it, it will shrink. It will weaken. It will disappear. If you want to stay mentally sharp, focused, strong, confident, and in control of your thoughts, you must start exercising your brain, not tomorrow, not next year, not when you feel ready. You start today. You start now. And you don't need complicated techniques or some fake genius trick. You just need a few simple, powerful daily brain exercises that anyone, even a complete beginner, can do right at home, right now. This video is not just about learning something interesting. It's about reclaiming your mental strength. It's about building a brain that remembers better, thinks faster, and lives longer. Because in this modern world, your brain is under attack every day. Social media is shortening your attention span. Multitasking is weakening your focus. Overstimulation is killing your memory. Notifications, noise, scrolling. They are destroying the very muscle you need to succeed. And unless you fight back, unless you take control, your brain will become weaker every single day. But if you follow the exercises in this video, and not just watch, but actually do them, you will begin to feel something that most people have forgotten. Mental power, clarity, confidence, energy, control. Your memory will sharpen, your focus will return. Your mind will become lighter, faster, and stronger. And most importantly, you'll begin to trust yourself again. So welcome to the most important training of your life. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is a battle for your brain. This video won't just improve your memory and focus. It will also make your thinking and speaking clearer. As your brain gets sharper, your communication becomes stronger. So while you train your memory, you'll naturally speak better, think better, and express yourself with more confidence in any language. Let's begin your transformation. Exercise 1. The memory chain game. What it is. The memory chain game is one of the most powerful and simple ways to increase your memory. It's based on the science of association, which means connecting ideas together to help your brain remember them easily. Your brain doesn't remember things as single, boring pieces. It remembers them when there is a story, a connection, a pattern. So instead of trying to remember 10 separate things, we train the brain to link them together, like a chain. How to do it? Step 1. Pick 10 random words. They can be anything. Objects, animals, actions, places. Example: tiger, phone, shoes, rain, candle, door, apple, train, balloon, glass. Now, if you try to memorize these 10 words just by reading them once, you'll forget most of them in 10 minutes. That's normal. The human brain isn't designed to memorize random words. But now, here's how you turn this into a powerful memory exercise. You create a weird, fun, emotional story using all the words in order. Let's try. One day, a tiger called my phone while I was buying shoes in the rain. I picked up the call under a candle that was hanging from a door. Then I threw an apple at a passing train, which popped a balloon and broke a glass window. Now repeat that story to yourself twice. Close your eyes. Now try to recall all 10 words. In order. You'll find it shockingly easy. Why? Because your brain loves stories. It loves images. It loves emotional, funny, strange connections. That's how your memory works. Not by repeating boring lists, but by creating strange, vivid pictures that your brain enjoys remembering. It activates both the left brain logic and right brain imagination. It forces your brain to pay attention. Because weird stories are harder to forget, it builds strong associative memory, which helps in real life when you need to recall multiple things together. It strengthens both short-term and long-term memory. This simple exercise helps you remember shopping lists, remember names of people, memorize vocabulary, especially English words, prepare for exams, improve storytelling and speaking. And the best part? You can do this anytime, anywhere. While walking, during lunch, before bed, in the shower. And if you do it daily, just one story with 10 random words, you will notice within a week. Your recall speed gets faster. You forget less. Your brain feels sharper. You start remembering dreams, details, and even conversations better. Let's say you're learning 5 new English words today. Confident, delay, review, package, airport. Instead of memorizing them like a boring list, do this. A confident man delayed his flight because he wanted to review a package at the airport. Now the words are locked into a scene. Your brain sees the man, the action, the location, and suddenly you remember. This works in every area of life, from learning languages to preparing presentations to remembering birthdays. Morning. Pick 5 random words and make a story. Evening. Try to recall the words without notes. Weekly challenge. Go from 5 to 10 to 15 words in a chain. It's fun. It's powerful. And best of all, it works. This is how you take control of your memory again. Not with medicine, not with gadgets, but with daily brain movement, just like physical fitness. Exercise 2. Speak to memorize. You've been taught to read to memorize, maybe to write things down. But no one told you that one of the most powerful memory tools is this: your voice. Yes, speaking out loud is one of the most powerful, overlooked, and underrated ways to improve your memory. And yet, most people never use it. They read something once, then forget. They watch something interesting, then forget. They write notes, highlight books, underline sentences, then forget. Why? Because they're only using passive memory. They're letting the information go in, but they're not practicing bringing it out. And real memory is not about putting things into your brain. Real memory is about getting them out when you need them. And that's where this exercise becomes your secret weapon. This is how it works. Whenever you learn something, a new word, a new fact, a new idea, a quote, a sentence, a name, a process, instead of just reading it or thinking about it, you say it. Out loud, with emotion, with rhythm, with repetition. You don't whisper, you don't mumble. You speak it like you're teaching it, like you're performing it. As if you are the voice of your own memory. That moment, that act of speaking, forces your brain to focus harder. Because now it's not just reading. Now it's building connections between your eyes, your tongue, your ears, and your brain. And when multiple senses are activated, memory becomes 3 times stronger. When you speak out loud, you're activating. Auditory memory, your brain hears your own voice. Motor memory, your mouth and tongue form the words. Emotional memory, if you speak with feeling. Repetition-based encoding, every repetition creates a stronger pathway. This is why people who talk to themselves while studying often remember better. It's not weird, it's powerful. Speaking turns your memory into something active, not passive. And that is the key to long-term retention. How to do this exercise? Step 1. Choose something to remember. This can be a list of grocery items, a few English words, a short paragraph, a quote you love, a fact you want to remember, a rule, a method, a name, a date. Step 2. Read it once, then speak it loud. But not just like a robot. You add feeling, you slow it down, you say it like you mean it. If it's a word, pronounce it clearly. If it's a sentence, say it with the right emotion. If it's a list, give it rhythm or a funny tone. The more emotion and voice you add, the deeper it goes into memory. Let's say you're learning these 3 words today. Grateful. Opportunity. Challenge. Instead of just writing them down 10 times, do this. Speak each word out loud. Say the word, spell it, define it, and use it in a sentence. Like this. Grateful. Grateful. Grateful means thankful. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for this opportunity to learn, then move to the next. Opportunity. Opportunity. Opportunity means a chance. Every morning is an opportunity to grow. This video is an opportunity to upgrade my brain. Then challenge. Challenge. Challenge means something hard, but I grow through challenges. Every challenge makes me stronger. Now you've read the word, spoken the spelling, connected it to meaning, used it in real life. That's 4 layers of memory in 30 seconds, and you're 10 times more likely to remember it tomorrow. Quote, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Instead of writing this 10 times in your notebook, which helps but is passive, do this. Say it out loud 5 times. But each time, say it with a different emotion. Calm. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Strong. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Reflective? Discipline really is choosing between temporary pleasure and long-term purpose. Fast. Discipline's about choice, now or later. Easy or meaningful. Final. Discipline is not a punishment. It's power. I choose what I want most. You've just created emotional plus vocal memory anchors. That quote will now stay in your head, not because you forced it, but because you performed it. You experienced it. You didn't just learn it, you lived it. You want to remember your to-do list? Instead of typing, buy milk, call doctor, study English, clean desk, say it out loud while doing it. Buy milk. Call the doctor, Study English. Clean my desk. Now walk around your room and say it again, with your eyes closed. Now whisper it. Now shout it. Now sing it. You'll find that your brain is suddenly listening to you. That's the power of speaking. Your brain trusts your voice more than your notes. You don't need a microphone. You don't need a partner. You just need a few quiet minutes. In the shower, while walking, during morning time, before sleep. Choose anything, a word, a quote, a fact, and say it out loud like it matters. Even better, record your voice and listen to it later. You'll be shocked at how much more you retain. The benefits: improves memory retention, boosts focus, strengthens language ability, trains active recall, builds confidence in speaking, helps in interviews, exams, conversations, makes you mentally present and aware. And for English learners, this is a gold mine. Because you're not just remembering, you're practicing your voice, your accent, your expression, all while building memory. This is how you become fluent. This is how you become confident. This is how you train your brain and your mouth together. You don't need a perfect brain to remember better. You don't need medicine. You don't need genius genes. You don't need to feel smart. You just need to show up and speak up. Because your brain listens to your voice. It remembers what you say with power. It remembers what you repeat with emotion. It remembers what you believe when you say it like you mean it. This is not a trick. This is not a hack. This is training. This is brain fitness. This is real. And it works. Exercise 3. The 3-2-1 recall technique. This is a daily memory training ritual that helps your brain become more alert, aware, and focused, while strengthening short-term and emotional memory. It's called the 3-2-1 recall technique because it asks your brain to search, reflect, and organize everything you experience during your day, before the day ends. It is simple, but it is powerful. And if you do it daily, you'll start to feel like your brain is finally awake again. Most people go through an entire day, then forget 90% of it by night. They wake up, scroll, eat, work, watch, talk, but they don't register anything deeply. Their brain is on autopilot, and memory cannot grow in autopilot. You don't remember what you didn't observe. You don't remember what you didn't process. You don't remember what you didn't review. This is where 3-2-1 recall becomes your brain's personal gym. Because every night, before you sleep, you force your brain to retrieve information, to organize thoughts, and to review your life with awareness. That process builds strong mental pathways and trains your brain to remember details, feelings, moments, names, faces, lessons, and ideas far better than before. Every night before going to bed, ask yourself 3 questions. 3 things you learned today. 2 emotions you felt strongly. 1 small detail you almost forgot. You can speak it aloud, write it in a notebook, or whisper it in the dark. But you must do it. Every day. Let's say it's the end of your day. You sit down and do your 3-2-1 recall. 3 things I learned today. 1. I learned that the brain remembers better when I speak things aloud. 2. I learned a new word in English. Intentional. 3. I learned that I forget less when I repeat things with emotion. 2 emotions I felt. 1. I felt proud after completing my morning routine. 2. I felt frustrated when I couldn't focus for 30 minutes. 1 small detail. I almost forgot. I saw an old friend's photo on my phone and remembered a memory from school that made me smile. But I almost forgot that moment happened. Now imagine doing this every night for a week. Your brain starts noticing more things during the day, connecting learning to emotions, storing details in stronger mental folders, becoming more alert, focused, and present. Why? Because it knows you'll ask it later, and the brain performs better when it knows it's being watched. This exercise trains the 3 types of memory that matter most in daily life. Memory of information, facts, lessons, names. Memory of feelings, self-awareness, emotional clarity. Memory of moments, observational sharpness. And it only takes 3 minutes a day. No technology, no app, no cost, no fake promises, just real mental training. If you do this for 30 days, your ability to recall things, even random things, will improve dramatically. You'll start remembering where you kept things, what people said in conversations, what you learned 5 days ago, even what you felt in situations, which builds emotional intelligence. This is not just memory improvement. This is mindfulness plus awareness plus memory mastery, all in one. Exercise 4. Visual snapshot training. Visual snapshot training is a brain exercise that improves your visual memory, attention to detail, and spatial awareness. Most people look at the world, but they don't really see it. This exercise teaches your brain to notice, capture, and store images more accurately, which is essential for remembering faces, reading faster, navigating spaces, and staying mentally sharp. It's especially powerful for people who forget where they kept things, what they saw moments ago. Faces, clothes, rooms, visuals, small details in real life. Let's fix that today. Your brain is a camera, but most people never train it to take high-quality pictures. We are constantly looking at things, scrolling screens, walking through rooms, but never paying attention to detail. We remember the big picture, but forget the small parts. And guess what? Memory lives in details. The color of the cup, the way someone smiled, the item next to your keys, the shirt your friend wore, the thing you saw on your table that disappeared later. Training your brain to notice and remember these things makes your memory laser sharp. This exercise helps you build that precision. Choose a place, your bedroom, kitchen, or desk. Stand in the center. Look around the room for exactly 30 seconds. Close your eyes or turn away. Now write down or say out loud everything you remember seeing. Be specific, not just, there was a bed and a table, but there was a red pillow on the left side of the bed, a blue book under the table, a cup with a pen inside, 2 coins near the lamp, a black sock under the chair. Now open your eyes. Check what you missed. Let's say you stand in your kitchen and observe for 30 seconds. Then turn away and recall. A yellow plate near the sink. 2 forks crossed beside a glass. A half-filled water bottle. A salt jar with a broken label. A pink cloth hanging off the oven. A small stain near the microwave. A black pan on the left burner. Now open your eyes. Check. How much did you remember? What details did you forget? Do this daily. Your recall improves rapidly. Do it in new environments, like a restaurant, office, or friend's house. Take visual snapshots and test your recall an hour later. Add a time limit. Remember 15 items in 60 seconds. Remember names and faces by training your visual cues. Find things faster, because your brain registers placement. Speak better, because you remember what you saw. Read better. You notice words and spelling details. Study smarter. You picture diagrams, notes, and slides more clearly. Handle daily tasks with more mental alertness and clarity, because it doesn't just improve memory. It builds a habit of looking at the world with attention. And the more attention you give, the more your brain gives back. Your memory becomes detailed. Your awareness becomes stronger. Your conversations become clearer. Your brain becomes faster because it's not skipping anything anymore. This is what makes ordinary people look intelligent, sharp, and present. They don't have more memory. They have more attention, and they've trained it. Just like this. Exercise 5. The backward walk with recall technique. This is one of the most unique and powerful exercises for improving memory, focus, and mental clarity. And very few people in the world know about it. It's not just a memory booster. It's also a mind-body coordination workout that connects your brain with your movement, which builds neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to rewire and grow new connections. Your body and your brain are not separate. They are deeply connected. Every movement you make sends signals back to your brain. And when you challenge your body with something unusual, your brain wakes up. Walking backward, slowly and safely, is one of the simplest ways to disrupt mental autopilot and force your brain to focus. Now add a memory challenge to it, and it becomes a full body, full brain training. This is not a trick. This is based on real research. Challenging your coordination while recalling information increases memory strength, focus speed, and attention control. It activates the cerebellum, the part of your brain responsible for movement, attention, balance, mental agility, short-term recall. And when you move in reverse, your brain can't rely on habit. It must become present. And that's when memory training becomes 3 times more powerful. Step 1. Find a safe space. A hallway, empty room, or safe area with no obstacles. Step 2. Think of a short list you want to memorize. It could be 5 groceries, 5 English words, 5 goals, 5 people you need to contact. Step 3. Read the list once, then put it away. Step 4. Now begin walking backward, very slowly, step by step. With each step you take backward, try to recall one item from the list, not just remember it. Say it out loud. Do it again, in different order. Now try recalling the list in reverse, also while walking backward. Let's say your list is milk, bananas, bread, soap, rice. Now fold the list away. Start walking backward, slowly. Step 1, say, milk. Step 2, say the bananas. Step 3, say bread. Step 4, say soap. Step 5, say rice. Now do the reverse. Step 1, rice. Step 2, soap. Step 3, bread. Step 4, bananas. Step 5, milk. You are now using your physical body to engage mental effort, forcing your brain to stay present, practicing active recall under motion. This makes the memory stickier, faster, and stronger. Add variety to the challenge. Recall sentences, not just words. Practice English sentences while walking. Try backward sidestepping with closed eyes, safely. Increase your list to 10 items. Your brain gets faster at recalling under pressure. You remember information in daily tasks, shopping, exams, names. Your brain feels lighter and clearer. You train both focus and memory, not one or the other. You improve your mind-body connection, which strengthens thinking speed, balance, and coordination. This is especially powerful if you struggle with overthinking, get brain fog easily, feel mentally slow in conversation. Just 5 minutes a day of this, and your brain will wake up. Exercise 6. Teach to lock it, the master memory tool. This is one of the most powerful and reliable memory techniques ever discovered. And yet, 90% of people never use it. It's simple, it's ancient, it's effective. If you can teach it, you truly understand it. If you can't teach it, you never really learned it. Memory is not just about storing information. It's about being able to retrieve it clearly, confidently, and completely. And the best way to do that? Try to teach it to someone else. Because when you teach, your brain is forced to retrieve the information, organize it, explain it, fill in the gaps, simplify it, reconnect it with logic. All of that is deep memory processing. Step 1. Learn something simple. Maybe a new fact, a short method, a new word, a new life lesson, a quote you like, a memory technique like one you've learned in this video. Step 2. Now explain it to someone. Could be a friend, your sibling, your parent, a student, a mirror, a phone camera, a notebook. Write it out like you're teaching it. Step 3. Don't just say it. Break it down, simplify it, make it understandable. That process of breaking it down is what makes your brain remember it forever. Let's say you just learned the memory chain game from exercise 1. Now close the video and try to teach someone how it works. From memory. Say, okay, here's what I learned. You take 10 random words, then make a crazy story using them in order. The brain remembers better when it links ideas together through images and emotion. For example, if your words are tiger, phone, candle, you say, a tiger called me on the phone under a candlelight. That story helps you remember the words in the right order. Now what just happened? You recalled the method, explained the logic, used examples, processed the information deeply, created new brain connections, and now that exercise is permanently stored in your brain. When we read, we remember some. When we write, we remember more. But when we teach, we remember best. Teaching activates logical memory, verbal memory, social memory, emotional energy, retrieval and reorganization memory, and self-correction. You realize what you don't understand yet. It is the ultimate test of true memory and the ultimate trainer of long-term recall. Bonus tip: use your phone to record yourself. Explaining a quote, summarizing a book, teaching an exercise, repeating a vocabulary lesson. Watch it back. You'll notice what you remembered, what you forgot, where you struggled, what you can say more clearly. This becomes a mirror for your mind. And a powerful feedback loop. You become a better communicator. You remember what you learn. You improve your English fluency. You build confidence. You deepen your understanding of everything. You become a more powerful thinker, speaker, and learner. People who teach, even if only to themselves, grow faster than those who just consume content. This is how you lock information in your brain. Not by watching 100 videos, but by teaching one lesson from memory. Your brain is not a storage unit. It's an active tool. You train it not by watching, but by speaking, performing, recalling, and teaching. This is how your brain learns to learn. This is how memory is built like a fortress. And this is how you become someone who never forgets what truly matters. Exercise 7. The Sound Recall Drill. Train your auditory memory. The Sound Recall Drill is a brain exercise that focuses on improving your auditory memory. The part of your brain responsible for remembering sounds, voices, words, and everything you hear. Most people focus only on visual learning, reading, watching videos, writing notes. But in real life, much of your memory is based on listening, conversations, lectures, instructions, names, directions, English movies or audiobooks, interviews, meetings. If your brain struggles to remember what you just heard, you'll feel lost, embarrassed, or disconnected. But if you train your auditory recall, you'll feel sharper, more present, more intelligent, and more confident in conversations and communication. Listening is passive. Recalling what you listen to is active. And that is what builds memory. Every time you force your brain to listen carefully, hold the information, repeat it in your own words, you are forcing your brain's language center, auditory processor, and working memory to fire together. This strengthens the memory loop in your brain that allows you to understand faster, speak more clearly, remember more deeply, and if you're learning English or working on communication, this exercise becomes even more powerful. Find any short audio clip. It could be a 30-second voice note, a short podcast segment, a sentence or two from an English YouTube video, a paragraph from an audiobook, or even a friend's voice recording. Listen to the clip once only. Do not write anything down. Just listen. With full attention. After listening, pause it. Now try to repeat everything you just heard, in your own words, out loud. Then play the clip again and compare. What did you remember correctly? What did you forget? What did you add or miss? Repeat the same process 2 to 3 times daily with different clips. Let's say you're listening to this sentence from an English podcast. Many people believe memory is a gift, but in reality, it's a skill that can be trained like a muscle. You hear it once. Now pause. Without reading it, you say out loud, "Most people think memory is something you're born with, but it's actually a skill you can build like a muscle." Did you get the idea right? Yes. Did you use the exact words? Not exactly. And that's okay. What matters is your brain listened actively, processed deeply, and retrieved information with clarity. That's memory training. Use longer clips, 1 to 2 minutes. Challenge yourself to summarize in 3 sentences. Try this in noisy environments to increase focus. Listen to clips in different accents: British, American, Australian. Use new English vocabulary and repeat it clearly. You become better at remembering conversations. You recall what teachers or bosses said. You improve your understanding of English. You become a better listener. You build stronger focus and retention. You stop saying, "Wait, what did they just say?" And most importantly, you become someone who remembers what they hear. That's a rare and powerful skill in a noisy world. This one exercise can transform your listening power, speaking power, and brain power, if practiced daily. Exercise 8. Countdown Recall Game. Strengthen short-term memory under pressure. The Countdown Recall Game is a rapid-fire mental drill designed to strengthen your short-term memory, focus under pressure, and quick recall ability. Why is this important? Because in real life, we are constantly being asked to think fast, remember details, make decisions, recall information quickly in front of others, speak clearly under pressure, respond in interviews or exams. And most people struggle, not because they're stupid, but because their brain is not trained to perform under time pressure. This exercise fixes that. It builds what I call mental alertness plus speed-based memory, which makes you sharper in just 2 minutes a day. Choose 5 to 10 random objects or words around you. Look at them for exactly 20 seconds. You can use items on your table, words in a book, names from a phone list, groceries, colors, anything visual. Close your eyes or cover the list. Set a timer for 1 minute. Now, without looking, Try to recall and write down or speak aloud as many items as possible. After 1 minute, check how many you remembered correctly. Repeat the game with different items or in reverse order. Let's say you look around your desk and spot pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass, watch, candle, mask, coin, plant. You observe this list for 20 seconds. Then close your eyes. Set a 60-second timer. Now say out loud, pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass. You forget watch. Then you remember candle, mask, coin. You forget plant. You score 9 out of 10. Next day, you repeat with a new set of items. Your brain now knows, I must focus. I must remember. I must retrieve information under pressure. This builds your mental reflexes. Not just memory, but speed, organization, and retrieval accuracy. Use words you just learned in English. Try to recall them in alphabetical order. Try to recall them backwards. Try recalling with background noise. Or do this with a friend as a competition. Most memory training is done slowly, which is useful but not enough. This exercise builds your mental reaction speed. It teaches your brain to stay calm under pressure, to organize chaos into structure, to retrieve faster, to improve decision-making, to lock memory even under tension. You become someone who can remember fast, speak fast, and act fast, without panic or confusion. In interviews, when you need to speak with clarity. In conversations, when you need to respond quickly. In exams, when time is limited. In emergencies, when thinking clearly matters most. In presentations, when memory under pressure is everything. This game builds a mental edge, the kind top performers use without realizing it. And now it's yours too. These are not complicated. They are not expensive. They don't require special tools, but they work because they make your brain do what it hates. Focus, retrieve, react. That's how growth happens. That's how memory becomes sharp. And that's how you become the person who remembers what others forget. Exercise 9. Mirror narration. Rebuild mental clarity and memory through self-talk. The mirror narration exercise is a powerful practice of recalling, narrating, and reinforcing memory by speaking directly to yourself, in a mirror, with full attention. It is not just a memory technique. It is mental therapy, confidence training, focus sharpening, memory strengthening, identity rebuilding. It is one of the most personal and effective brain training rituals for improving both short-term and emotional memory, and rebuilding a deeper relationship with your thoughts. Let me ask you something important. How many of your days do you actually remember? I don't mean just knowing what you did. I mean really remembering the moments, feelings, actions, words, and thoughts from your day. Most people live 24 hours and forget 80% of it by the next morning. Why? Because they never reflect, never narrate, never process their experience. So their brain never stores it. Your brain is not a camera. It does not automatically store everything. It needs intention, repetition, emotion, and structure. The mirror narration exercise provides all four in the most powerful way possible. Step 1. At the end of your day, stand in front of a mirror. You don't need to dress up. You don't need a perfect environment. Just face yourself. Step 2. Look into your eyes, not around, not at your clothes, directly into your own eyes. Now begin to speak. Narrate your day, out loud. Step 3. Try to recall, in order, what time you woke up, what was the first thing you did, what you ate, where you went, who you spoke to, what emotions you felt, what you accomplished, what you learned, what you regret, What you want to remember. One beautiful moment from the day. Speak like you're telling a story, but not to impress anyone. You're telling the story to yourself, to make the day real, to process it, and to store it. When you speak to yourself in a mirror, something powerful happens. You become more self-aware. You become more present. You relive your memories, which strengthens retention. You engage visual, verbal, emotional, and episodic memory systems. You slow down and allow your brain to reflect, which increases clarity. You are not just reviewing the day. You are turning life into memory. Let's say it's 10 p.m. You stand in front of your mirror and begin. Okay. I woke up at 6:45 a.m. today. I was tired but pushed myself to get up. I didn't check my phone first. I actually drank water first, which felt good. I took a short walk on the terrace. The air felt cooler than usual. Then I had toast and tea while reading 3 pages of my book. I had a stressful meeting at work around 11 a.m. I was nervous. I spoke fast. I forgot to say one important thing. That frustrated me. But later in the afternoon, I had a great talk with Jack. He said something that made me laugh. I want to remember that joke. In the evening, I learned something new from a YouTube video about brain exercises. I also felt proud that I didn't scroll too much today. I want to remember today as a day where I felt more in control. That process just created a stronger emotional connection to your day, a deeper memory of your activities, a more focused reflection, a more peaceful mind, a stronger internal voice. End the narration with one thing you forgive yourself for, and one thing you're grateful for. This adds emotional weight to memory, which helps store it longer. Benefits: improves short-term and long-term memory. Sharpens your ability to tell stories and recall details. Strengthens your English speaking if you narrate in English. Heals emotional confusion by letting your mind express. Helps you notice patterns in your life. Reconnects you to your identity, goals, and progress. Makes every day more meaningful, memorable, and satisfying. This is not a trend. This is a life habit, and it has the power to rebuild your memory, your presence, and your self-trust. Do this for 30 days, and you will remember your life more clearly than ever before. Exercise 10. Teach tomorrow you. Anchor your memory for the future. This is the final, most powerful brain exercise in this entire series. It is called Teach Tomorrow You. It's a brain exercise where you record or write down one key thing you want to remember, and speak it as if you are teaching your future self. Why is this so powerful? Because it combines memory, emotion, teaching, visualization, self-trust, deep encoding. It creates a future-focused, memory-rich brain and makes the lessons from today impossible to forget. Most people remember things for now, not for tomorrow, not for next week, not for life. They read something powerful, then forget. They learn a lesson, then forget. They make a promise to themselves, then forget. Memory disappears when it's not anchored to emotion and intention. But when you speak to your future self and teach what you learned today, you create a powerful memory bridge that stays with you. Your brain stores the information as something that matters, because it's being used, not just saved. Step 1. Choose one important thing you learned or experienced today. This could be a brain exercise, a life lesson, a quote, a mistake, an emotion you felt deeply, a new English word, a truth about yourself. Step 2. Pretend your future self is listening. 24 hours from now, you have 60 seconds to teach them what they must remember from today. Step 3. Say it out loud, or write it as a message to tomorrow. Say it with clarity, with care, with purpose. Imagine it's 11:30 p.m. You've had a long day. You now sit down, open your journal or recording app and say, "Dear tomorrow me, I need you to remember this. Today, I learned that when I speak things out loud, I remember better. I did the speak to memorize exercise and it really helped. So tomorrow, I want you to use your voice again. Don't just read silently. Say it. Feel it. Speak it. Also, remember how you felt after the mirror narration. You were calm, clear, focused. Don't forget how peaceful that felt. Repeat it again tonight. That one message, just 60 seconds, locks in your memory like a vault. Tomorrow when you hear or read it, your brain says, "Yes, I know this. I lived this. I must repeat it." And that is what turns one-day learning into lifelong transformation. You create a daily record of mental growth. You anchor lessons so they don't fade. You practice reflection, teaching, and memory together. You become your own coach, your own guide. You build inner trust. You remember what most people forget, because you passed it forward. Use this exercise as your final step every night. Combine it with mirror narration if you want. First, narrate your day. Then send one message to tomorrow you. You don't need an audience. You don't need likes. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need honesty and intention. That's what builds memory. That's what builds self-respect. And that's what builds a mind that does not forget who it is. This last exercise is not just about memory, it's about self-respect, presence, discipline, consistency, mental legacy, because the most powerful brain is not the one that remembers the most. It's the one that remembers what matters. You made it to the end, and that says something powerful about you. Most people click away. Most people look for shortcuts. Most people want quick results without deep effort. But you stayed. You listened. You gave your mind something it rarely receives in this fast, noisy world: care. Today, you didn't just watch a video. You trained your brain. You respected your memory. You reminded yourself, my mind deserves better. Because your brain is not broken. It's not slow. It's not lazy. It's just untrained. And today, for the first time in a long time, you trained it. You gave it 10 powerful exercises. You challenged it to remember, to reflect, to focus, to come alive again. And you proved something. You don't need to be born with a good memory. You can build one. You can grow one. You can protect it. You can transform it. Starting from today, your memory is your power. Your memory is your history. Your memory is your identity. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. So before you leave, I want you to remember this. You're not behind. You're just beginning. And if you make these exercises part of your daily life, not only will you remember more, you'll feel more, you'll think better, you'll live sharper, you'll trust yourself again. And that is the real gift of memory. If this video helped you in any way, if it made you think deeper, speak better, or simply feel like you're not alone, then I invite you to subscribe. Not because I told you to, but because you deserve more videos like this. Not noise, not fake promises, but real, powerful, life-changing content. So subscribe now, not just for my channel, but for your own growth, your own journey, your own brain, that you just gave a reason to grow again. This is not the end, it's the beginning. Thank you for staying till the end. You're rare. You're powerful. and your mind is worth everything. We'll meet again. Stronger, sharper, better. Take care of your brain, because it takes care of you every second of your life. Subscribe now, and let's grow together.